Hey everyone, it's finally Friday. We're going to do something different. We're going to read from the Bible. We're going to continue with Acts with chapter 23. We'll move over a little bit, make some noise for you, and then I'm going to put a boop right there. And we're going to go back with Paul. How about that? Paul looked straight at the Sanhedrin and said, "My brother, I have fulfilled my duties to God in all good conscience to this day." At this, the high priest Ananias ordered those standing near Paul to strike him in the mouth. Then Paul said to him, "God will strike you, you whitewashed wall. You sit there to judge me according to the law, yet you yourself violate the law by commanding that I be struck." Those who were standing near Paul said, "How dare you insult God's high priest?" Paul replied, "Brothers, I did not realize that he was the high priest, for it is written, 'Do not speak evil about the ruler of your people.'" Then Paul, knowing that some of them were Sadducees and others Pharisees, called out to the Sanhedrin, "My brother, I am a Pharisee, descended of Pharisees. I stand on trial because of the hope of the resurrection of the dead." When he said this, a dispute broke out between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and the assembly was divided. The Sadducees say there is no resurrection, and neither are angels nor spirits. But the Pharisees believe all these things. There was a great uproar, and some of the teachers of the law who were Pharisees stood up and argued vigorously. "We find nothing wrong with this man," they say. "What if the spirit of the angel has spoken to him?" Dispute became so violent that the commander was afraid Paul would be torn into pieces by them. He ordered the troops to go down and take him away from them by force and bring him into the barracks. The following night, the Lord stood near Paul and said, "Take courage. As you have testified about me in Jerusalem, so you must testify in Rome." The next morning, some Jews formed a conspiracy and bound themselves with an oath not to eat or drink until Paul was dead. Or they killed Paul, so same thing. More than 40 men were involved in this plot. They went to the chief priests and the elders and said, "We have taken a solemn oath not to eat anything until we have killed Paul. Now then, you as a Sanhedrin petition the commander to bring him before us on the pretext of wanting more accurate information about his case. We are ready to kill him before he gets here." But when the son of Paul's sister heard of this plot, he went to the barracks and told Paul. Then Paul called one of the centurions and said, "Take this young man to the commander. He has something to tell them." So he took him to the commander, and the centurion said, "Paul the prisoner sent me and asked to bring this young man because he has something to tell you." The commander took the young man by the hand, drew him aside, and asked, "What is it you want to tell me?" He said, "Some Jews have agreed to ask you to bring Paul before the Sanhedrin tomorrow on the pretext of wanting more accurate information about him. Don't give it to them, because more than 40 of them are waiting on ambush to kill him. When they have taken an oath not to eat or drink until they have killed him, they are ready now, waiting for your consent for the request." The commander dismissed the young man and with this warning, "Don't tell anyone that you have reported this to me." Then he called 2 of the centurions and ordered them get ready a detachment of 200 soldiers, 70 horsemen, and 200 spearmen to go to Caesarea at 9 tonight. Provide horses for Paul, and that he may be taken safely to Governor Felix. He wrote a letter as follows. Claudius Lysias, to His Excellency Governor Felix, greetings. The man was seized by the Jews, and they were about to kill him, but I came with my troops and rescued him, for I have learned that he is a Roman citizen. I wanted you to know that they were accusing him, so I brought him to the Sanhedrin. I found the accusation had to do with questioning of the law, but there was no charge against him that deserved death or imprisonment. When I was informed of a plot to be carried out against this man, I sent him to you at once. I also ordered his accusers to present their case against him." So the soldiers carrying out the orders took Paul with them during the night and brought him into Antipatris. The next day, they uh, let the cavalry go on with him while they returned to the barracks. When the cavalry arrived in Caesarea, they delivered the letter to the governor and handed Paul over to him. The governor read the letter and asked what province he was from. Learning that he was from Sicily, he said, "I will hear your case when your accusers get here." Then he ordered Paul to be kept under guard in Herod's place. There we go. Pretty straightforward. Here we see Paul being snuck out in the middle of the night because the Jews from the Sanhedrin took an oath to kill him. So, and they weren't going to eat or drink till they killed him. So he's being snuck out, and he went to Claudius Lysias, Governor Felix was the name of the governor. And he's about to plead his case in front of that governor. And then eventually, in the next chapter, his accusers get there. So, all right. Well, have a great weekend. Jesus loves you. Give all honor, glory, and praise to God, and have a great day. Bye.